just that much, but Ian Dale goes 12.41, and he slots into the #1 spot. But then that was the first pair. Abby almost got the perfect TT there on the first pass of the day. Right, we have Graham Fairhead and James Hodson. Graham dialing in 10.50. James dialing in 10.70. $11.03 for Graham, James 13.30. Next pair, Jacob Fronda with Nino 2.0. And Danielle Coppin with the golf, dialing in 12.40. Jake dialing in 11.50. $12.33 plays at 12.07. Danielle breaks out. Jake is the right side. We'll be looking for a little bit more. All right, Ed Keach with the Tangoed Golf. Going alongside Jacob Bailey. The Jetta dialing in 10.50. Ed 12.10 with the Tangoed Golf. Well, Jacob's going to get there first. Gets an 11.13, 138 with a load of wheel spin off the line. Nice run there for Ed Keach. There goes 12.22. Taking the #1 spot for the time being. All right, it's a pair of Beatles for you. Dave Crowhurst, 9.56 with the Wanger. And it is John Brewster with Unfinished Business doing some testing yesterday. He dials 11.12. Good looking run there for Dave. Carried the front wheels almost to 60 foot there. Goes 9.53, breaks out by 300ths. Nevertheless, it was a great run. Not going to take anything away from him, but there we go. John Brewster coasting through at the end there, 22nd pass. But Dave Crowhurst breaks out by 300ths. Right, next up, Chris Waterhouse with the Audi S3. Looking for a 10-second pass here with no change. Wants 10 flat. Not too much wheel spin off the line either. Looking pretty good. Oh, missed a gear there, I think. And goes 10.96 at 98 mile an hour. So if it wasn't for that missed shift, I think he'd have been pretty much bang on with that. On to VW Sportsman. Hazel Carter with the Passat. Rob doing very well in Street Weekend, but it's Hazel's turn now, going alongside Paul. The dial-ins then, Hazel 15, Paul Robinson, of course, last year's champion, 14.69 his dial-in. So keeping an eye on reaction times and, of course, how close to ETs they can get. Obviously, there are some perfect awards as well this weekend. 14.71 for Paul Robinson. 15.38, but Paul Robinson just 100th of his dial in there. Very nicely done. So, It'll be tough to get around him, but there's a gap. Polly Judge, John Gallant. Pair of Audis. And a pair of 15s on the dialings, but 1541 for Polly, 1580 for John. $16.68, $16.75, a little bit off where they wanted to be. But they do have 4 qualifying runs today. The Audi A6 of Nigel Grady's called the Turpits. I like it. Jerry Sadler with the Beetle. Audi A6 all-road Quattro. Be interesting to see how he gets on with this, because not dissimilar to my car. So, although he has got the 3-litre version. So Dart's 1568. Jerry looking for 1589. $15.52 breakout and a 16.31. A little bit off pace for Jerry. Next pair, Danny Bean with a Lupo and Nigel Gregson with the Golf. Nigel was testing yesterday. Wants a 1380. Danny Bean wants 1430. 13.47 breakout and 15.10, a little bit off pace. So sort of random at the moment. Either breakout by a country mile or way off pace. So it's going to take a run or two to get them dialed in. How about Lorraine Large with the Nurse, that cracking looking Beetle. Nice team shirts as well. Beat the Bug. And going alongside Steve Metcalf with the Blue Steel Baja Bug. 15.66 the target for Lorraine. 16.32 for Steve. That's a massive breakout for her. Where did that one come from? She was like running mid to high 50s yesterday. It goes 15.41 this morning. 16.10. Guess what? Another breakout. So Steve Metcalf also going too quick. Obviously, it's the air this morning. It's the tailwind. Whatever. Phil Jones with the Dragon Wagon and Martin Ayton with Polo. See if one of these two can get close. It's only Paul Robinson that's done a stellar job so far. Phil Jones, 14.93, 15.86 for Martin. Right, the Lupos of Reese Finney and Tom Circuit next. Reese in the yellow one, looking for 16.60, and Tom in the green one, looking for 17.99. Well, a little bit of a stutter there for Tom off the line, but gathered it up and gets it going. Reese will certainly get there first. 16.79, not too bad. Goes to number 2, Tom Circuit, 18.81. Slots in at number 8. Karen Waterhouse with the Menopause Audi TT, 14.30. Is what she wants, and it's Caitlin Wilson, 17 flat with the Misdemeanor Havoc Beetle. $14.24 breakout by 500s there for Karen. Caitlin goes 17.07 into number 2 with that one. Nicely done. Bruce Harvey and Andrew Bambrick up next. The Greenpeace Golf, 14.50. And the Mark II, 13.25. $14.23 breakout, and $13.28 the right side goes into number 2. All right, Andrew Clark with the golf, dialing in 20.5. Goes 23.31. We carry on then, and this is into the second cycle of qualifying. VW Pro. Darling's in for this one. Your number 1 qualifier at the moment, Ed Keach, looking for a 12.1. He went 12.22 on his previous pass. And Jake Fronda, dialing in 11.90. He went 12.33 in Q1. $12.56, pays $12.99. No improvement for either of them, so they stay put. Next up, Jacob Bailey and John Brewster. 10.5 the dial in for Jake. Sorry, Jacob, and 11.12 for John. Oh, big wheel spin once again for Jacob as he leaves the line. Good looking run for John Brewster. A little bit too good looking, he won't mind that. 10.64. Nicely done, sir. 11.15 for Jacob. No improvements on positions, but a massive improvement on ET there for John. James Hodgson and Abby Tether. Pick your golf. One from the early 1990s and one pretty much up to date. And you got the Mark II taking on the newer Golf R. James disappearing into the distance, looking for a 1070. He finds a 1099. 1280 for Abby is the target. Oh, breaks out by less than 200. She goes 1278. Graham Fairhead with the Misfit. And of course, Ian Dale with the Strip Burner. They are 2 and 3 at the moment. Ian, 1 place ahead of Graham on the order at the moment. The dial-in though is 12 flat for the Beetle and 1050 for the Type 3. $10.58 for Graham Fairhead. That's good enough for number 1 at the moment. A good 12.21 there for Ian Dale. But Graham moves up from number 3 to number 1. Right, Dave Crowhurst and Chris Waterhouse. Dave Crowhurst, a brilliant 9.53 in Q1, so he's lowered the dial in a bit to 9.40. Chris Waterhouse went 10.96, so he's adjusted that dial in massively as well. It's 10 flat, wow. Oh, and Dave Crowhurst breaks out again, but who cares when he run a 9.37. Chris Waterhouse, 12.31, but what a run for Dave Crowhurst. I love the way that they dialed the car back even further to get it not to break out, and he still did. 9.37, brilliant. Can I please have Gasser Circus into the Perry Lanes, please? Gasser Circus, come on down. In the meantime, 12.50 is the dial-in for Danielle Coppin with the Golf R. And a 13.05 is the end result there, but it moves up from 11 to 4. We change from VW Pro to VW Sportsman. As your first pair comes to the line already, it's the Menopause Audi TT going alongside the VW Polo. Just waiting for the track to clear. So it is Martin Ayton, of course, with the Polo, and it's Karen Waterhouse with the TT. The Polo wants 15.65. The TT 14.15. Well, Karen's going to get there first. She gets a 14.63. Martin moves up a bit there, 15.77. He goes from 5 to 4. Karen improves as well from 14 to 9. And a bit of a one-wheel burnout there for the front-wheel drive Golf of Nigel Gregson, the Moonstomper GTI. For 13.40 is the target there. And the Dragon Wagon A3 of Phil Jones. Currently in the number 8 spot. Dial in for this one, 14.50. $13.50 for Nigel. That's going to move him up from 19 to 4 with that one. Very nice indeed. 15.23 there for Phil. No improvement for him. Jordan Clark and Nigel Gregg of the Turpits Audi taking on the Golf. $14.11 breakout there for Jordan, and a breakout on the other side of the racetrack, but only 400s that time from Nigel Gregg. John Gallant and Reese Finney. 16.60 a pair on the dial-ins. And we've got a 17.02 and a 17.21. Reese stays 6, but John moves up 2 spots. Jerry Sadler and Paul Robinson. Paul, your current #1 qualifier with the Audi TT. Dialed in 14.71 yesterday, and that's exactly what he did. Sorry, this morning. So he was 100th off. Let's see if we can hit it bang on this time. Oh, he's done it again. 1471 with a 5. So he's hit his ET. It's not quite perfect, but it's good enough. 1576 breakout on the other side. So Paul Robinson cementing his #1 spot there. Tom Circuit, Steve Metcalf, 1799, plays 1610. $16.16, just 600s off there for Steve Metcalf, but moves up to #3. $18.26 for 17.99. Tom, he moves up as well. Oh, getting it done now, which is good to see. Polly Judge and Hazel Carter. 16.41 and a 15 flat for Hazel is the target. Going to be Polly to the strike first. I thought it would be the other way around. Oh, she breaks out. 16.38. Breaks out by 300ths of a second. And a 16.87 there for Hazel. So, of course, it's the nurse, Lorraine Large. Right, just looking to see, it should be Danny Bean coming forward. Yep, there he is. Well, so Lorraine dialing in 15.50. Danny a 14.30. Just waiting for Danny to go into pre-stage. Right, there he is. Into stage. Tree counts him down. Green lights come on in both lanes. So Lorraine wants that 15.50. Currently #18 qualifier. Danny, currently #14. He wants to hit that 14.30. 15.89. Lorraine moves her up from 18 to 10. 15.03. No help for Danny. Pair of golfs for you up next. Andrew Bambrick and Bruce Harvey. 13.25 and 14.50. So Andrew Bambrick should get to the strike first with that 13.25 dial-in. Gets a 13.24 with a 5, breaks out by less than 100th of a second. But on the right side with a 14.42 on a 14.2 dial-in. Andrew Clark with the golf. Caitlin Wilson with the misdemeanor Havoc Beetle. So it's going to be Caitlin up there first. 17 flat is the target. 16.88. Quick. A bit too quick. Andrew Clark goes 21.43. Especially the bikes, as I say. And the world's a poorer place without Steve in it. And I know a lot of the other photojournalists would have basically the same words to say that I've said. And Steve, we're going to miss you, buddy. Rest well. Graham Fairhead goes through with a 10.94 and a 10.50 dial. A breakout for Ed Keach, just that little bit too quick there, 12 flat on a 12:10. But yeah, we're all remembering Steve Moxley this weekend, and I really do think the world is a sadder place without him. Our respect to his family and friends, and best wishes, of course. Dave Crowhurst and Ian Dale. I wonder if Dave can break out 3 for 3. Well, if he does, that'd be a monster PB. Look at this, 920 the dial in this time. He wants to make sure he doesn't break out. Well, he's donked the blocks. He went 953 and took the 1,000-foot blocks out. He was drifting to the centre line for a fairway. But, yeah, that run was a DNQ. Actually, bizarrely, Ian Dale's run 1270, that is genuine, but I think he backed off the gas at the stripe. I had a choice of 2 golfs. I picked the wrong one. It's actually Danielle Coppin with her golf. But now I can see the back window of it. I can see that it is Danielle's car, and not Abby's, but very similar. Darling's End, Jacob 1050, Danielle 1220. $11.83 there for Jacob, but Danielle 12.40 and a 12.20 moves up to number 3. Next pair, Abby Tether. You can see why I got confused with the golfs, can't you? 12.77 the dial in for Abby. James Hodson with his golf, 10.85 in the Slick Tricks lane. $11.27 there for James, but Abby Tether, how about this? 12.77 was the dial in, 12.77 was the run. She goes from 11 to number 1. Well done, Abby. It's ET bang on. John Brewster with the Unfinished Business Beetle going alongside Chris Wardhouse with the Bad Habit Audi A3. Nicely off the line there for Chris, no question about his reaction time. $10.71 for John. Goes up from 11 to 5. Chris though with 11.18, not quite ET that he was looking for, but certainly cut a good light though. Jake Fronda up next with Minor 2.0, the golf fan. Good looking run there for Jake, looking for a 12.25. I think he's going to go under that. Oh no, he's the right side of it, 12.39. Goes from 10 to 4 as well for Jake. She give him a huge round of applause. That was epic. I'm going to have a word with the gentleman that just joined me upstairs here. Got to get instant feedback. I know there's still Sportsman racing out there. Joined by Mick Taylor. Mick, wow. Try and put that into words without swearing.
Wow. What else can you say? That was incredible, wasn't it? Absolutely incredible.
Absolutely.
That was a checkout pole.
I know. That was nuts. I just cannot believe what he just did. But it's one of those runs where you think, If it feels right, you carry on.
Well, that was his goal. He was going to just. I told him about the 60 foot. Just take it easy, 60 foot. Just try and run it through. He was hoping to do a 7. There you go.
Oh, God. Oh, that was mad. That's it. There we go. Right, let's try and squeeze some commentary in as well. Nigel Gregg with the Turpits goes 15.57, goes from 19 to 7. Karen Waterhouse drops biting one there, 14.61. But, oh, goodness me. But that is major shots fired, isn't it?
Oh, I'll tell you what, mate. This is John's dream, his goal to race at Santa Pod Raceway. Top it off, drag Salger, without the angler. Well, you met him at drag Salger the first time he was over. That's all he's ever spoke about.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's my dream come true as well.
But that was just, oh.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'd love to thank everybody who's helped get him over here. Santa Pod crew themselves, Ian Prentice, Ian Marshall, Dan Melrose, they've all been absolutely fantastic. You know, they couldn't do enough for us up there.
Yeah.
And I've just like to, so much gratitude for them.
Oh, it's huge. But as I say, I need to go and have a lie down. I think that's probably my moment of the year so far. That was just unreal.
One from your memoirs.
Oh, my goodness me.
Wait, it's only just started.
Oh, no, don't go there. Don't go there. That's right. No, I've just got to keep up what's going on there. Bruce Harvey and Jerry Sadler, your next pair. I'm not. Are you looking for messages? Because I haven't had any for a little while. So can we please have Gasser Circus into the pairing lanes, please? Gasser Circus, let's have you in the lanes. No improvement there for Bruce Harvey or Jerry Sadler. In fact, Jerry broke out, went that little bit too quick. I don't know if he's going to park it now. I mean, if that was a test pass, what's he going to do on a full ball run?
I don't think I videoed it either.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm just waiting for social media to go berserk after that.
I should do.
But what's the quickest he's gone? 6.6 in Australia, isn't he?
6.7.
I thought you'd been in the 6.
No, I think it's 6.7, 208 mile an hour.
Right.
On different times. The 208, no, the 6.7 was 198, I think. Right. Because you shut down early. Yeah. Pulled the chutes too early. The 200 mile an hour, I can't remember, it might have been a 6.9 or 6, something like that. Yeah. Oh, it's incredible.
Right, Danny Bean breaks out, just over 100th. Jordan Clark breaks out as well. So no help for those two. Right, Mick, I think you're going to have a lie down as well, mate.
Yeah, I know. Lovely talking to you, mate. I'm glad we should all share it and see it.
Oh, definitely,
Thanks,
mate.
Colin. Cheers, mate. Bye.
Right, a very happy Mick Taylor indeed with the Team Atlantic shirt on there, and he just wanted to pass on the thanks to the pod and everybody. Right, let's have a look at 16.05. Martin Ayton, no help him, but look at Polly Judge up to number 2 with that one, a 16.40 on a 16.37. Darling, nicely done. Next up, Hazel Carter with the Passat. Oh, Patricia. And, of course, Steve Metcalf with the Blue Steel Baja, 16.10. Yeah, the internet's gone berserk. Matt Seamarks posted, John Willard, you hero. That's the word I use, Matt. I totally agree with you, mate. Hero status with one run. He was a hero before we got here, but he's an ultra hero now. So, Steve Metcalf, 16.10. Hazel Carter wants that 15. Let's look at the screens to see what they get. 16.33, 16.73. No help. They're going to stay put. Next pair, Reese Finney and John Gallant. 16.62 the target for Reese. John at 16.60. 1690 for John, moves up from 17 to 12. Reese, no help him, 1691, stays number 9. So Andrew Bambrick looking for a 1321, Caitlin looking for a 1686. 1332 for Andrew, stays number 3. Caitlin, 1724, goes the other way this time, but she stays put as well. Paul Robinson, very, very consistent Paul Robinson. He's your number 1 qualifier. He went 1471 on a 1472 dial-in in, no, sorry, 1472 on a 1471 dial-in in Q1. He went 1471 with a 5 on a 1471 dial-in in Q2. He's number 1 qualifier at the moment. This time he dials in 1471. Alongside Lorraine Large, 1590. The fun this weekend for Lorraine is to try to get one of her runs to match a dial-in. It's been up and down a little bit. $14.78 and 50. So I told you it was going to be an up and down weekend. Told you, up, down, up, down. But a breakout for Lorraine this time, $15.75. Tiny bit of wheel spin off the line. So he's currently number 11, went 1826 when he did that. And it's gone the other way, 1991, so obviously stays number 11, no help. Time to do the last cycle of qualifying for the day. Right, first up then, it's the number 2 qualifier, Graham Fairhead. Number 3, Ed Keach. Both looking to improve. See if they can take that number 1 spot. $10.70 for Graham. Ed Keach finds an improvement. $11.95 with a 4. Good enough for number 2. He moves up 1 spot, doesn't move up 2. So Ian Dale and Dave Crowhurst. All right, Dave avoiding the 1,000-foot blocks this time round. Let's see what he's got for us then. 9.39. Ian Dale goes 12.38. Both move up. Ian to number 5, Dave to number 6. James Hodson and Jacob Bailey, your next pair. James looking for 10.89, Jacob 10.50. Well, James is going to get there first. 11.01. Moves up from 9 to 4. Jacob, 11.80. 111, no help for him. Danielle Coppin up next. Currently number 8 with the Golf R. 12.20 breaks up by a tenth there for Danielle, so stays number 8. Next up, Abby Tether with Arthur Daly. She is your number 1 qualifier at the moment, but everybody else wants to try and take it away, including this man, John Brewster, with the Unfinished Business Beetle, currently number 9. 12.75 the darling for Abby. She already ran a 12.77 today. John Brewster looking for a 10.50. Oh, breaks out 10.48. Very, very close indeed. 12.79 for Abby. She's on form this weekend. And when she puts race face on, in other words, gets the reaction times to match the ET, she's going to be very, very tough to beat. Tom Circuit and Reese Finney. It's the Lupos back round again. Reese Finney currently in the number 9 spot. Darlin 6.85. Tom currently number 11. Darlin of 18.18. This, of course, VW Sportsman. $16.98 for Reese, moves up from 9 to 8. Tom Circuit, no improvement there, 18.61. Steve Metcalf and John Gallant. 16.60 the darling for John. Steve is 16.15. $16.20. Oh, no improvement. And John goes 16.43. That's a breakout. A little bit too quick on that. 16.60. Your number 1 qualifier. Pretty much number 1 all day long, actually. Paul Robinson with the Audi TT. Darling in this time 14.71, which is pretty much where he's been all day long. Nigel Gregson, number 6 qualifier at the moment. Looking for a 13.40 with the Moonstone. Sorry, Moonstomper Golf. $13.49 for Nigel Stay 6. Paul Robinson $14.72 on a 71 darling. That's why he's good. That's why he's number 1 qualifier, and that's why he's your defending champion. Just 2/100ths off darling. No, 100th off darling. Jerry Sadler and Nigel Gregg. It's the Blue Action Beetle against the Turpitz Audi A6. $15.62 and $15.44 the darlings, and it's a $15.70 for Jerry Sadler, moves up to number 7. And how about a 50 on a 44 for Nigel Gregg, moves up from 9 to 5. Jordan Clark, 13.50 target for him, and Caitlin Wilson 16.86. The darlings are going to be up and down today for Caitlin, but she is number 6. 13.97 for Jordan. And a 17.38 for Kaylin. All a bit confusing now. But Jordan moves up a couple of spots to number 18. Well done to him. Karen Waterhouse and Danny Bean. Both dialing in the 14-second zone. 14.5 for Karen, 14.15 for Danny. $14.60. That's 17 to 9 improvement there. Next up, Hazel Carter and Polly Judge. $16.20 for Hazel, $16.37 for Polly. And a 16.58 for Polly. No improvement, stays number 2. Hazel 16.73, but the next up, Lorraine Large, Phil Jones. So Phil looking for a 14.60, Lorraine a 15.82, and a 007 light. Nicely done. $15.37, no help there. Lorraine actually moves up a few spots there. 16.03 on that 15.82. Right, can we have Gasser Circus into the pairing lanes, please? Gasser Circus, can we have you into the lanes? Andrew Bambrick, and it is Bruce Harvey. The Golfs. Andrew currently number 3, Bruce currently number 14. And that's where they stay. No help for either of them. That's right, Bruce only now just crossing the line. No help for him. 13.23. No, actually, Andrew has improved. He moved up from 3 to 2 with that one. Martin Ayton on his own then with the polo. So Martin currently number 10. See how close he can get to 15.85 without going under it. He has qualified with a 15.77 at the moment. So 16.08, no help, stays 10.